Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius August 23, 2022. Mars moves into your solar 8th house today for an extended stay. Instead of visiting for its usual 2-month transit, it will stick around until March due to a retrograde starting in October, making this an animated and sensitive period for issues of sharing and intimacy. While the surface heat in relationships decreases, you're now looking at more profound aspects of relating. Strategy, power, and self-control are themes. This cycle turns up the heat on the more intricate elements of connecting. It can sometimes correlate with disputes over money. However, it's also a time for taking charge of what you owe or what you're owed. The desire to get to the root of problems is with you, and you have much to discover. You may put considerable energy into your relationships, a pet project, or self-understanding during this cycle. You're particularly courageous about dealing with your inner demons and the trickier elements of your life that tie you to people and things in unhealthy ways. Today, a budding opposition between Mercury and Neptune can challenge your thinking. It may very well open your mind to see new options and possibilities. However, it can be a little disruptive, and misunderstandings are possible, particularly with friends and lovers. There can be trouble with people overstepping their boundaries, promising more than they can deliver, or with missed connections and off timing. Rest and reflect for best results. It's not the time for make or break decisions. While partnership has been a big theme in 2022 and will continue to be, a new trend has begun for you. As mighty Mars, your planetary co-ruler, sizzles into the depths of your solar 8th house of intimacy and sexuality, prepare for intense desires to rear their head now until March 2023. On the one hand, you could use this firepower to revamp your sex life and experiment with new ways of bringing your body, spirit, and minds closer together. However, if you've been mixed up in a separation, the battle could become quite intense as your ex faces you down like an enemy. The power of communication is on your side. Your mind is radically empowered as Mars enters Mercurial Gemini today. Now that the tiny warring planet is reporting to Mars, you might feel increasingly self-assured about your mental capacities. You are incredibly smart, so you should assert this intellectual prowess in a subtle yet confident manner during this transit. Use your powers for negotiations, mediation, and education to gain the upper hand. Mars in Gemini will help you show up as an intellectual power player with the resources to match your sense of authority. Having the moon in your financial sector during Mars' first full day here is ensuring your financial instincts are sharp and you are emotionally and intuitively engaged from the start. This is helping to amplify Mars' financial passions and fighting spirit as you embark on one of your best chances in decades to take your financial power back. Instead of his normal 6-week visit, Mars is here now until March 2023. You may feel that you're on a roller coaster with the one you love. One day it's all about physical passion, the next day you feel estranged. If you can weather the ups and downs, you'll gain a deeper understanding of what you really want out of a relationship. Reproductive health is especially important to maintain, even if you're not thinking about having kids. There are also many natural health products available that support you in maintaining your well-being in this area. Today might be a little bit boring for you. It's possible because today's vibrations will push you to think and wait rather than take action, notably in your emotional life where the situation won't be very exciting. Your close relationships will be somewhat fragile, and you will be waiting for proof of love that might not be ready to come forth today. Be patient. This slow period won't last long, and happier days are ahead. Thanks to the moon's departure from your relationship sector yesterday, you are emotionally engaged as you adjust to Mars' return over the weekend. There is more change in the heavens today, this time with the Sun leaving an adventurous part of your chart and returning to your career sector. This is something that the Sun will do at the same time every year, but this time, Venus is staying on to keep the spirit of adventure alive while Mercury is already giving you a head start on the career front. The moon's departure from your relationship sector yesterday was always going to leave you feeling more emotionally and intuitively engaged, but this ordinary monthly visit came with extraordinary timing. This has been an early window into Mars' return over the weekend and the start of the planet of passion and the warrior planet of the cosmos' longest visit in decades. Our eyes in sky. The Gemini moon is helping us understand how we can transcend and heal. You might have felt a little tightly wound over the past couple of days, but the vibe right now is perfect for decompressing. The energy is light, and you might feel as though you're flowing from task to task. Be sure to engage with your softer side and indulge in some beautiful fabrics, scents and objects. There is a slight hiccup today because a minor tense connection between the moon and Pluto could evoke intense emotions. You might encounter people who are looking for balance but unable to create it for themselves. The lunar energy has a tendency to make us put the comfort of others before our own, so watch out for interactions that are too draining for you. If you're naturally empathic, you might need to disengage from people who deplete your energy. There might also be issues concerning injustice or unfairness, which could be powerful triggers that disrupt your calm. Luckily, these issues should dissipate as we glide toward nightfall, just in time for you to enjoy a calm and carefree evening at home. Be sure to enjoy some self-care this evening or find some other way to have a low-key night. After midnight, Mercury in Virgo opposes Neptune in Pisces, provoking misunderstandings. This aspect functions a bit like Mercury retrograde, in that it scrambles communication and prompts assessments based on faulty logic. We might cherry-pick information from correspondence to back up a flawed assumption. We can also fixate on weird highlights within our conversations, so even if we comprehend what friends are saying at a surface level, it is impossible to give appropriate feedback. This is obviously not a good influence for detail work, having time-sensitive discussions, or signing contracts. Negotiations may seem to arrive at a satisfactory conclusion, but we'll have to double-check later to clear up confusion. In the pre-dawn hours, Vesta, which has been retrograde in Pisces since July 7th, backs up into Aquarius. The goddess asteroid of divine inspiration will retrace the steps it took during the 3rd and 4th week of May, so look back to this period to see what was occurring relative to your passion projects. While Vesta transited Pisces, we invoked compassion to attune to the higher spiritual aspects of our calling. However, the egoless haze of Pisces may have also found us becoming distracted or drained by our ambitions. With Vesta back in Aquarius, we remember the root humanitarian motives of our causes. We can also challenge any rules keeping us in predictable boxes. At this time, we may need to reassess the advantages or disadvantages of having community input influence the designs of our sacred work.